to Kung Fu Maintenance. Like I was showing you yesterday, sometimes your work follows you home. Well, here it is. This one followed me home, and today I'll show you how to get it done. Okay, I'm going to try to set you here. See how this goes. Okay, so yeah, drain clean broke off. I'm going to be doing the silicone method. So here goes. Here's the top of the drain. Now yesterday our rubber band worked out just right because it's just when you're used to something working, you know, you're used to it working and it's just so easy to walk up and, oh yeah, good thing I put that there. I wanted to show you, if you didn't have a hole through the center of your handle like this one did, you could just wrap it like this and then take a figure 8, twist it, and come down, in theory. Or you wrap it over the bottom and wrap it like so. Give a few turns until it's nice and taut, just like so. And then that way no one turns it on by accident. It's just second nature to turn it on. You know, someone's gonna try. And even now when I'm making the repair, I need the silicone to be able to dry. This is a 3-hour, 30-minute water-ready silicone. With that being said, I really don't like to use it 30 minutes later. I'd like to give it a little bit more time. That's just me, or it might not just be me, but that is me. So, anyway. Gonna pull our old assembly apart. I'm gonna go ahead and put some gloves on. Both for when I put the silicone on as well as just to make cleanup afterwards easier. And the silicone is really nice because it's a 7-year mold-free product. Very strong stuff. And when you're using a pop-up on cultured marble, you know, or a white finish, you don't want anything that'll bleed into the deal. Now some plumber's putty can actually bleed into your finish, and so you don't want that. Anyway, here's pulling up our pop-up. Looks like our rod has already kind of come apart. I'm going to untwist the rod from down below, pull it on out. There's that. I can save the old one, I can discard the old one, you know, it's up to you. And wow, is that pretty gross. Actually, the rod itself broke off with a pop-up bottom. So there's that. I'm going to show you down here. We're going to just slip the deal out of the assembly. We can actually reuse the old one, you know, or you can use a new one. I might save this deal only because I have another sink just like it, which actually is possibly showing some signs of leakage. I'll show you over there. Maybe a design flaw in these deals. So this is the other sink, and you can just see the corrosion, and you know. But that's another story. So I may be doing this again in the future. Now, as I was telling you, sometimes your work follows you home. Well, the nice thing is sometimes your work benefits you. Somebody gave me this pop-up assembly a long, long time ago. Just happened to come in handy today. So, out with the old, in with the new, right? So this will make taking our old one apart very easy. Now, for this repair, we really don't need to shut off the water. You can shut off the water as a mechanism against somebody turning the water on. But as I showed you my little trick there with the rubber band, or you can use tape, packing tape, any kind of tape really works good. And sometimes you need to take the whole trap off, so it just depends. So it's not a bad idea to put something down to catch stuff and to catch the water. We'll be reusing our old nut here, and so now I'm going to start to slip this down, and we're going to see how we go. And it looks like I'm probably going to need to take off the trap. which isn't too big a deal, but sometimes you get some water leak. Yep, just like that. So a good idea to have some rags or paper towels or something down, catch the funky water. It's not too bad though. This sink has a lot of nice tall sink, so nice lot of room to work with. I'll go ahead and pull this stuff out. I don't want it in there. And take this and dump this in the toilet real quick. You hear a bit of a bloop. There it was. And we'll pull down the trap, pull out the old assembly, and yeah, all kinds of lovely stuff in there. Anyway, we're going to reuse the nut. So there's that. I'm just going to set this down here for now. And might as well take out the old piece from the top as well. Now up top you want to clean it up. I got a paper towel just for that. Be a lot easier to clean this stuff up now than later. And you can see a bit of discoloration already around where the old one was, and they sure didn't use much plumber's putty or silicone or anything really. So I'd actually like to clean this up a little bit better, so I'm going to get some stuff and clean that up before I get too far here. Okay, so I've got some degreaser. Spray it around, clean it up. In theory, it'll be a lot easier to clean it now than later. That being said, it might not be easy at all. Remember I was telling you about the plumber's putty stain in the deal? It kind of got us already a little bit. I'll try and see if it's just my area has a lot of calcium and mineral content. Could just be a calcium mineral buildup. I'm just going real gentle. Being careful not to scratch it, just going real gentle like I was saying. This may not be the best way to do it, just how I'm doing it. It's my sink, so I'm not too worried about it. And just being real careful and take my time with it. Yeah, it's a lot of calcium and mineral content in the water. And some CLR or something might not be too bad for this. Anyway, that's way better than it was. I think that's good enough for me. Alright. And now I'm going to open up my kit here. And it tells you to place a silicone, acrylic, or latex-based sealant around the drain opening and the threaded joints. So yeah. It doesn't hurt to use some silicone or latex caulking. But this deal goes down in the bottom, of course. The other deal goes around the top, so I'm going to unthread this. I like to wrap Teflon tape around where all the threads are going to be. So I'm pretty much taking this down about to the bottom. And then, again, you can use silicone or you can use Teflon. It actually comes with Teflon tape. So here's the Teflon. I was saying it actually came with its own Teflon tape. I'm just kind of hoping I can get it started nice and even there. Kind of got a bit of a problem there. Yeah, that one just kind of split apart on me. I got another roll here of Teflon tape that's I like a little bit better. Problem is kind of my gloves are not helping me at the moment. There we go. Get started. And I'm going to go with the threads. And sometimes I like to use silicone for this. We just don't want to go over the holes, and we just want to go two or three turns around, so I don't want too much there. For the top, I'll probably just use silicone, especially as we'll just be using silicone under the drain flange anyway. So I'm just going to make sure everything's nice and dried and cleared out of our drain now. There it is. So we're just going to apply silicone to the threads here. You can use the Teflon tape for this, but you know, this part, I really want it to be permanent. I'm going to turn it in nice and tight. Okay, and then under the drain, we're going to put around our silicone nice and liberally. You can always wipe up what we don't use or what gets squeezed out. Can't really go back and put more in. Sort of taking the whole thing apart, so anyway, put some around down on the inside here. Now we're ready. And oops, I goofed. We actually want to pop it up through the deal before we put our lid on, so silly me. So Moments like these, you'll be glad you wore gloves. So here goes. I'm going to put it up through the bottom. The trap we'll put on afterwards. Okay. Put it up through the bottom. And aim the pop-up deal towards the back. Now we'll twist it on. I've still got plenty of silicone around the bottom, so that's fine. The rest we're going to wipe off when we're finished. I'm on nice and tight now. I'm actually going to remove one glove since I've got so much silicone on it. And I'm going to pop this up and just take my channel locks, twist that on just to make sure. Okay, now nice and tight. And we can always squeeze in some more silicone if we need to. I'm going to insert it towards the back. Going to layer it in. There we go. And we'll be able to wipe up the rest of the excess silicone with the paper towels when I'm finished here. So now down below, we're going to tighten it up, tighten up our drain deal, just starting to twist it. We're going to hold our drain to keep it from turning and just twist it on in. It doesn't hurt to use a little silicone around the gasket as well, just as an added measure. In case you ever need to take it out, you may or may not want to put any on the threads. That's kind of why we use the Teflon tape instead on the thread portion. We're going to turn this on in. And we're just going to go a quarter turn past tight with channel locks. We're not going to go over tight, just tight enough. And we're good right there. Our pop-up is aiming towards the back, just like we want it. I'm going to put an extra glove on. Either that or you can use a paper towel to wipe off just the excess silicone that's up here and just kind of smooth it to make a nice bead around the gasket. That's really all we need. And then up top we can wipe out some of our excess silicone up top. We don't want that on the drain itself or on the stuff, so just going to start to work that out. Some TV paper or some paper towels, you know, something you can throw away. It's just nice for this. And it had a nice plastic that we can pull that apart. That just made cleanup a whole lot easier. And want to make sure we wipe off our sink fuel as well. There we go. Nice and neat. Okay, gonna undo a couple of my deals just so I don't get silicone all over everything. Might start with a fresh glove on this one. Now we're ready for the pop-up rod. And this one, we already used our existing metal one, so no sense changing out this plastic one. It just seems like it might be a little weaker anyway. And we've got our existing pop-up nut, so we'll see if that's going to fit up on our deal. I'm just kind of cleaning this one up a little bit. Grab a little paper. Clean that up nice and neat. Kind of easier to tell if something's going on in the future if need be. It'll fit just right, so that's nice. Okay. Slide on our trap. Fit it up to our existing ABS drain, and we'll tighten that up. And all of this just gets hand tightened. You don't need to go really tighter than hand tighten. Hand tighten's good. And it's got a lot of movement to it, so it's a good idea to kind of support it while you do it. But again, just hand tighten is good, and then we'll recheck it afterwards. We'll leak test it. Of course, we're going to let it dry and everything. But same here, I'm just going to hand tighten this. And yeah, we're nice and tight there. Now we're ready for our pop-up rod. There we go. It's got a little washer, I think, inside here. Yeah, so we're going to leave that in there. The ball should fit just right in there. Here we're going to remove the clip, slip our deal on, and we're going to slip this into the deal. And up top, we're going to need to insert the new deal. And in the bottom, we're going to insert the rod just so it passes right through the hole. So we will just line these up, and we got to catch the hole, and there it is. And then I'll tighten the rod on. Just going to be careful that it's not cross-threaded. It's all fun and games till you cross-thread a plastic nut on a pop-up assembly. You'll be starting over. I say that and then it feels almost like I'm doing it. So I'm just going to kind of hold it in and verify. Okay, we're going on good. Okay, as you can see, we can test our pop-up. Everything works good, and there's not a lot of play in our pop-up, so that's good. Okay, now on the back, we're going to clip on our deal here. So the way we do this is up top, we're going to raise it right where it would make sure that it's going to reach its lowest point no problem, which looks like about here, but I may go one higher just to show that. I'm going to go to about there. And back here we're going to slip one end on, then we're going to slip one end through, and then we're going to slip the other end of our clip on just by squeezing a little bit. So we got to go a little bit past the point, squeeze it so the holes line up. And there we go. Okay. Now we can test our pop-up up top. Make sure it seats good. And it sits all the way down, and it does. So that was the good position there. So we operate good. Now we can take off our deal. And our pop-up is installed. And now it's just a matter of waiting to test it out, which, you know, it's up to you. You can actually use this in 30 minutes, but I kind of prefer to give it a long enough time. So I'm just going to wait overnight and I'll test it, make sure. And I just like being for sure. You can't actually silicone the bottom thread. It does make it a little trickier to take off in the future if you need to, but it does kind of make it for sure. Sometimes I like to. Some people fault me for it, and especially the next guy that comes here to repair it, he might fault me for it, but I kind of like it if I just do one round. And because it is plastic, it's not too hard to cut it out or break it out if you need to. So anyway, I just did one round around the bottom of the threads. And again, some people don't like it, but you know, I'll be the one replacing this one, maybe, unless I sell the house. Who knows? Anyway, good to go. And my other camera battery just died, but that's all right. The deed is done. We'll see how it comes out tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be fine, but that's the deal. Thanks for watching Kung Fu Maintenance. That's a new pop-up installed. Good to go. And this little deal again will just keep anyone from turning it on by accident. We're good to go. Thanks for watching Kung Fu Maintenance. Over now. Okay, and here's just another reason not to use plumber's putty with plastic pipes. So it actually recommends it, gives you a little warning. Avoid contact of plastic parts with plumber's putty, pipe dope, or any other oil-based compound. So that's why silicone is a good call with plastic pop-up drains. Thanks for watching Kung Fu Maintenance. This pop-up kit actually came with different ring setups, beveled washers, and different washers for different setups. So 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/2 inch, and then also for tubular plumbing, a flat washer. So gives you different options for your different styles of trap connection. So that was pretty cool. All right, good to go. Okay, so now the question is my other one leaking? And kind of looks like it might be, huh? At the moment, no leaks. But I wonder how long it's got in it. But for the moment, we're okay. Okay, so here it is in the morning. Had plenty of time to dry. Go ahead and take off the rubber band and take a look here. Here we are. All silicone is dried, and now we can test it. The funny thing is sometimes this silicone looks like moisture, but it's not. You can see everything's nice and dry. And I'm going to go ahead and pop the pop-up drain, pull the pop-up. And of course that'll put a lot more pressure on the drain opening. And I'll feel the back of the pop-up nut, the front here, and the drain itself. Everything's good there. And our trap as well. Everything's good there. And it won't hurt to check our other connections as well. Everything's good there. Now go ahead and pull the pop-up drain. So we'll let it drain. Nice and dry. No leaks. No leaks from the pop-up anywhere. And we're good to go. That's one pop-up drain all fixed. Sometimes your work follows you home. What are you gonna do? Looks like somebody's got a little sloppy with the ABS glue. That's a completely different story. We're good to go. Pop-up leak, all fixed, no leaks. Good to go. Thanks for watching Kung Fu Maintenance. Over and out. Yep, one nice new drain. Looks like I might have to do the other one pretty soon as well. Alright.